Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast. We finally made it to episode number 10. This is when 90% of podcasts quit.
Damn.
We still made it. We back. God bless.
Been doing this for 10 weeks?
Well, some of us have.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. 9-weeker.
God.
Look, I had a lot of fun at my work events.
I'm sure you did. It did sound like a lot of fun.
Yes.
Must be fucking nice to not work by yourself.
No, I'd rather.
again,
I'd
Brian,
rather it be by myself.
Yeah, you know what? There's days where I'd rather it be
Oh,
myself.
it's
but
better.
I can't do that at a
The
bank.
whole company fails.
Oh, exactly. I bankrupt the company if I leave. It's a problem because I hate all my coworkers because they're all me. So it's
me.
Are they going to be okay for the week? We're going to be gone.
no, the shop's gonna be closed. There's nothing gonna happen here. I can guarantee that.
Oh,
Bossman said he was going to come in and work, but
He,
he told you that. But
man, if I had
We'll
a dollar
see.
for every time,
Shout out, Brian.
you would have
Yeah.
a handful of dollars.
I
on
would
you.
be-
got a dollar.
it would be
I got a
nice.
dollar. Hey.
I don't know what that's from. Is that a
Yeah,
reference? or
fucking Little
something?
Rascals.
Little Rascals.
I haven't seen
I
Little
haven't seen it.
Rascals.
You in movies, man.
I haven't seen shit for
Yeah.
movies.
Granted, I hardly knew that reference. I couldn't. The best part about the Little Rascals was that little fucking car
I
they
know,
drove in.
it was the
That's the
best.
only thing I cared about through that whole movie.
Mhm.
There's a little like go-kart, like fiberglass car. It's fucking adorable. Yeah, Jamie, pull that up.
Oh, okay. That goes far.
It kind of goes hard. Like when I was like 5, when I watched this for the first time
was
with my
dope as
parents, I was
fuck.
like, "That looks pretty sick."
Okay, so it's like a 40s style swept body car.
Well, the
Goes
movie
hard.
was made in like the 60s. So
Motherfucker, I haven't seen it. I
When
don't
did it
have
come
the
out,
frame of
Jamie?
reference.
when did the Little Rascals come out, Jamie?
Oh,
figured you still had it pulled up.
1847. It was called a
Oh.
talkie back then.
It was called a talkie.
August 5th, 1994.
That's what I
okay.
Oh,
said. I was.
94. Christ.
What a good year 1994 was. Wow.
First Korn album.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Both of my, or 2 out of 3 of my trucks are from 1994.
Yo.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
It was a good year.
My Harley was fucking minty at the time. 93.
Oh, I thought it was a 94. Okay.
Probably had less than 1,000 miles on it.
I would. Well, it
I mean,
better
it still
not
has
have.
good mileage on it, though.
Oh yeah, it's got 16,000 over 30 some
That's
years.
fucking good for almost 30
yeah,
years
or
old.
30
Yeah.
exactly 30 years. Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, have you ridden it since? Well, you did because you rode it to my house on Sunday, or to my parents' house technically.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
How's
yeah.
that? How's that thing doing?
Oh yeah. Well, so before I rode it to your house, I rode it to the neighboring town to grab some food from a pop-up burger joint that my friend from high school had. Pretty good burger, not gonna lie. Saw my parents at a bar like just down the road.
I'm
so
shocked. You
I
rode your
know.
parents.
So I ran into them, bullshitted with them for a little while, and yeah, every time I started the bike, it seemed like it had plenty of juice. I have not put a ohm meter on the battery yet to see what it's currently sitting at, but every time I started it, it started, and there's no signs of it going bad yet.
Nice.
Well, that's
So-
that's
Nice.
pretty sick.
Yeah, the last time, or when it had died, it was the blinkers first went, and then the tack went because it's an aftermarket tack.
All the like high draw stuff starts
Yeah.
to go off one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, things are bad, but I was already in Ottawa, so I didn't really care.
Yeah, you can't really stop and be like, I'm just gonna fix it right here when you have no parts, no tools.
Yeah, no.
And you don't know what's
Right.
actually going
So, yeah,
on.
I'm hoping to put a couple miles on it. The problem is the date code on the tires is from 1999.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know if I told you guys that yet. Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah,
to me.
when I first mentioned that, I was going to be like, oh, yeah, hey, the tires are bad too, but I have not yet. So,
Yeah, I
tires are relatively cheap. They're about
that bad.
They're about less than $200 a piece or 120-ish,
I
maybe.
think I paid like $460 for mines, and I got a nice set of fucking Michelin's.
Yeah. Oh, I was
Then
planning
again,
Michelin's. Yeah.
I ran into the
Always get the
same
Michelins.
problem because I remember we got the week after we got back from Washington, I rode my bike to work, and I came outside and I was like, the fucking front tire looks weird. Like, what the fuck? And I walked up to it, and the first ply was completely gone. It was getting into that
Ugh.
second, and I was like,
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna read
no,
the
these
date
have
code on this.
These have plenty of life. Like it's not that old. So it was 6 years old when it got the tires put on, and I'm assuming that was when the first like 8 to 10,000 miles were put on it.
Yeah.
After that, it's only got 6,000 miles on these tires, so they're about half tread, maybe a little less.
I was still
Yeah,
on my
but-
factory original tires.
Yeah, and I'm looking at them like, yeah, they're due. Like
At that age, yeah, they're
Yeah.
done.
I'm
That's-
like, yeah, I know I need to do it, but it's like I don't want to spend like even if I unmount them and take them to like the Harley shop, it'll probably still be like $500 out the door,
Oh
mounted
my
to balance.
God.
Well,
Wow.
$250 for tires.
Oh, for
probably
tires
a couple hours
included.
labor and changing. I figured
You could.
yeah.
I got a
I could do it
guy I know
myself.
who did mine.
I could do it myself.
He
I
did
have a
them for
tool.
like $50.
Well, oh yeah, I know. But there is a tool I'm looking at for dirt bike tires. I thought about buying anyway. I might just do that. I might just order them.
Then you just have it, I guess. You don't
Well,
have
because
to-
I wanted to buy it for if I bought an adventure bike. It's like a collapsible.
Oh,
it's
nice.
it goes into a really, really small toolkit. But it's basically you put a center post through the wheel itself,
Right.
and then there's a toothed, like almost ratcheting pry bar, I guess, that goes out and pushes the tire off the bead.
While it's still mounted.
Yeah, like so. Say the tire's mounted, you shove the center pole in, and then you put the ratcheting device on that center pole into the like where the wheel bearings are.
Right.
And then when you ratchet it with the lever, it pushes the bead off of the
Yeah.
tire, which and then like basically like you just push it, you spin the tire a little bit, you push it again, and
Yeah.
you just slowly work the bead around. It's one of the best that I've seen. Like instead of tire
And then what,
spoons,
you just take your tire off and then
yeah. Yeah,
put it
I
back
could
on
I
and-
could do it myself, and this is basically what it is. It's just
Well,
yeah,
no,
to
I
do it
meant
yourself.
in that process. So you'd pop the bead off of both sides, then you take the tire off.
Well, when you pop it off,
Yeah.
you're pushing it off.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
well,
no,
no,
it's not even
the,
it's not even getting the
the
bead.
whole wheel itself
Yeah,
off.
it's not
Yeah.
even getting the bead.
Okay.
It's more getting the whole tire off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the beads
That's
are
kind of
pretty
interesting.
If you get the tire on the rim, it's
I'll
pretty
tell you
well
what though,
beaded.
they do make some nice little small packaged
you would know.
Yeah, for
like
reference, this is what
maintenance
it looks
checkers
like
for
from
stuff because
Passer.
like I have and I always keep it in my back seat.
Okay.
I have a chain tensioning tool. So
Mm-hmm.
you set it up, you know, you make sure your chain's
That's right.
tensioned properly, and then you set it. And all it is it's got two slide bolts
Oh, I
on
know
it
exactly
and a
what you're talking
hook,
about.
and you put it on there, and it tells you if you're good. That's pretty fucking cool.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's a like lever actuated toothed.
It's basically
bar.
replacing a hydraulic bead breaker by
Yeah,
using
yeah.
just a bunch of leverage over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Interesting.
And I have struggled. I have the most pain in the ass thing that I've ever done working on dirt bikes was changing my own tires. And I always just get so frustrated. I just bring them to the shop and I'm like, you deal with them. It's worth $20 or $40, whatever, and have fun.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
gone.
the ones on my 110 are tiny, and they're still a pain in the ass to
Hey,
do.
remember that time?
Oh yeah, well the smaller the worse.
Well,
honestly.
small
The-
with a big sidewall
Yeah.
helps, but it's
Yeah.
even those suck so bad. It's not even worth doing it yourself.
Remember that time we went to Megatrax and raced for 5 minutes on dirt bike night and blew a fucking tire?
Oh yeah, we had the owners come over, or somebody had a tube, and we
Yeah,
It was like the
Placed it.
owner's son or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
yep,
that.
yep.
Remember the
Team
time?
man.
Remember the time we went to Megatrax and you all rode my bike, and then one of you shattered the case in half before
I
got
didn't
a
do
chance?
it. No.
That was Michael, but
I'll say I don't think that was me.
no,
Like,
it was.
I don't think I
Michael.
was
Michael
there.
rode. I rode for a couple minutes and was like, "I'm in pain, Brian. Take her out." And then you came back to hand like your phone off or something, and I was like, "There's oil."
No, you
underneath
guys. So you went out, did your stint, came back. Michael went out, tried to clear the center jump.
Oh, the
Yeah.
big one.
It's exactly the wrong size unless you send the fuck out of it,
Yeah.
and you land literally case first on the top of it, like
Mm-hmm.
straight down on it, because it's made for it's a track made for 250s and up, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they're
pretty
not
much.
thinking about one.
It's a small indoor track, aka a huge pit bike track.
Exactly. So trying to get up onto the center tabletop, essentially, like you have to send it.
Yeah.
And he didn't send it hard enough and basically bottom straight on the center of it.
Absolutely.
And the way the 110s are designed, it basically puts all the stress on the case. It's half the frame is case, so it just cracked the case right where the center is. So
So I'm pretty sure I was not with you guys. That
you
time.
weren't. No, it was just the three of us, I think. But
was that the time the two Ducati brothers were racing too?
oh, the guys that had
No.
them in the back of their truck. I don't think so. I think it was a
think so. I
different
think
time.
that was after.
Yeah, because they had their literally race prepped Ducati
Yeah.
in the bed of their truck or
With
whatever.
their tire heaters still on.
Oh, the tire blankets.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, those were sick.
Ducatis.
But yeah, no, that time I remember when we snapped my thing in half, and I'm like, because I went to go out, and where you guys had parked it while we were switching, there was a puddle underneath it. So you guys waved me in on my first lap around,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, replace all the cases now, and add a cradle mount and a new skid plate and all sorts of shit.
And that's why we don't go anymore. Plus, it's
Well,
expensive as fuck.
It's
Yeah.
the fact you
For
have
pit
to
bike night?
the fact you have to buy an annual pass to
Yeah.
use it once. You can't just buy like a day pass.
Which for the hardcore guys,
It makes total sense.
it makes sense.
But if you're
yeah.
going 3 times a year, like, because the problem is pit bike season is in the winter.
Yeah.
So you'll go once before the year ends and then twice after the year begins. So you have to buy 2 separate passes. Like that's the part that really sucks. If you could do like a $30 day registration pass, that'd be way more worth it than the $100 membership pass for the year or whatever it is.
I don't know. I think last time we went, it was like $95,
It's
and it's just like
I think it's.
I'm
I
gonna
think it's, I
race
want to say it's
for
$75
15
for the annual,
and then like
it's
$15
$20
for your
yeah.
event pass
something
for the
like
day.
and I'm gonna ride for 15 minutes with kids.
Well, or adults
Or
on race
adults
prep
that-
bikes.
Yeah, or
They're gonna
adults who
beat the
take it way
shit
more
out of
serious and they're kicking your ass.
Yeah, because they normally race a 450 and they're just vibing on a 110.
Because I remember the one time we took my stock 110 and yours, and I was like, Brian, let me borrow your bike real quick because your bike is fast. No offense, you're slow.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was a faster rider on my slow bike. I'm like, Brian, if I ride your bike, I get to keep up with all the fast guys.
That was when it was still just a 143 kit.
I don't even. You might not even have stretched the swing arm yet.
No,
or
it-
definitely not the front forks.
it didn't-
You might have stretched it.
No, front forks were the first suspension upgrade.
Oh, okay.
So it was literally just a 143 kit, nothing else, because it still had black plastics on it. Once I did all the
think,
suspension, it had white plastics on
Oh,
it.
okay. Yep.
Did the Pro Tapers, KX80 front
Yeah.
shocks with adult rate springs in them, and then stretched the rear swing arm 3 inches and a adult rate rear shock, which is sick.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
And now it's
for
a,
racing because it fucking hurts.
and then the 155 stroker crank and
Yeah.
kind of spirals, but
Yeah.
yeah, that thing's fucking wicked fun when it's not broken.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of wicked, the storm we had blow through on Friday, holy
Holy
fuck.
shit.
So I was in the shower because I didn't know it was gonna storm first off. So I'm in the shower doing my thing, whatever, and the lights go like off, on. I'm just like, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, over the sound of the bathroom fan, I'm like, it's a little bit loud outside. I'm like, is it storming? What the fuck? And I'm like, okay, I'll just, make it quick, work my way out of here, whatever. About a minute later, it goes off. I'm just like, oh fuck, this is it's off, isn't it? Huh?
I only lost power twice for 20 or 30 seconds apiece.
This one was about 10
And that was
seconds.
Man's most reliable always be power.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Well, I have the fucking 2 giant substations, so
Try it when you're in the bathroom, in the shower, no
yeah, not
windows,
a good time.
like
Not a good time.
Alone.
there's zero light in there. I'm just like, damn, like pop back on. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like rinse off what I can get out. And then the power goes off for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, well, at least I'm out of the shower now. So I'm,
Yeah,
One-
I was just going to bed as it was rolling in, and I walk back into my living room. I look out the window and I see my huge oak tree in my front yard. It's overgrown, yes, but like the shortest branch on the tree going straight up the side of the tree is probably 12 feet off the ground, if not 15. The branches are so long that they were slapping the ground. The wind was coming in so fast. I was like, and I live in a valley, so like not a lot. It's either zero wind or all the wind, depending on what weather is going on.
and
But-
which direction it's coming through.
Yeah, and
stuff.
90% of the time, I just don't have wind, so which is great. But like, it was just right, and I saw my tree like just going berserk, and I have 2 huge dead branches up in that tree. I was hoping that they were gonna like fall out during the storm, and that was right as I was going to bed. I'm like, well, it's tomorrow's problem. Fuck
Yeah.
it. And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Nothing I can do about it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, and I'd go out and I kind of just looking around, watching the lightning and stuff as the power's kicking in and off. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I see like a lightning flash as I'm looking outside. I'm like, that looks a little weird. I look a little closer and I'm like, my fucking fence panel's gone.
Yeah,
About
a whole like 12-foot long
Like
chunk of
an 8 foot
fence.
section of fence just gone. I'm like, it wasn't like laying over, it wasn't next to it. I'm like, oh, it's fucking gone. I'm like, this is in somebody's house down the fucking street.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Frisbee down the road.
So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So like start to go outside and it's like raining sideways still. I'm like, I'll wait a little bit. Just kind of keep an eye on it, see if anything else goes down, Finally starts to let up, so I go outside with a flashlight and look around. I'm like, oh, it blew it about 25 feet over. Luckily, there's a big grass lot right behind my lot. It
Yeah.
was just laying in there. But I'm like, damn, like that would have been great if it hit something in the street.
I was gonna ask you, the first picture you sent in the Discord from the window, like when
Yeah.
you're inside, was that with your Streamlight?
Yes.
It looks
Yes.
fucking bright. I'm
Wow.
like, I guarantee this motherfucker did not grab an actual flashlight.
I don't have an actual
Why?
flashlight. Well,
2 in 1. It's
actually,
a fucking
I know,
multi-tool.
but like,
to be fair, I do have an actual flashlight mounted to my AR. It's way brighter, but
that
yeah.
would have probably scared some people.
well,
Yeah.
I just held my pistol up through the
Let
window.
the
and
looting begin.
Yeah.
you were in your house. It was safe.
I clicked the hallway light off, so it wasn't super visible in there. But yeah, it's literally
That's so funny.
it's my pistol light shining through my foggy ass window. I didn't even slide the glass out of the way. I
Exactly.
just
I was gonna ask that. Like,
no,
when
it
happened.
It
Yeah.
absolutely was.
Yeah. That's
Fair
so funny.
But I'm just like, oh, my fence panel's gone. I'm like,
My fence.
so I text my like, this was like 11:30 when I noticed that. So I'm like, I'll worry about this in the morning. Text my boss. I'm like, at 7 o'clock, I just sent him a picture. I'm like, it got windy here. He's like, Windy. He's like, I guess we'll fix that when I come in. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is your landlord. He's responsible for that.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm like, this is a you
I mean,
problem.
granted, you probably were getting paid when you fixed it too.
Yeah.
So
well,
sick.
this is true. I wasn't gonna not get paid
Beautiful.
for it.
Fucking right.
So
Sick.
we just picked it back up and put some screws in place. The post that it goes on is broken off in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point I'll have to actually like fix that. But
Yeah.
for now we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Use
Yeah.
use a bed bracket and fucking dig around it a little bit, just enough to like bury half of it and just screw it all in. It'd be fine.
I'm not to that point yet.
But you probably
But
will be
When you
very
don't fix it for a
shortly.
month and you're like, fuck it, I have them downstairs.
Next time it rips off, I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's fine.
Sick.
No, so my Friday, I got woken up at 4:30 in the morning because one
Oh,
of my
boo hoo hoo. I
stations
was up for an
off.
hour by that
Fuck
point.
you.
Hey, remember?
I don't get up that early.
Hey, on Thursday I was up at 3:00 in the morning for fucking Nick's Jeep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Nami.
Did
So,
we talk about that last time? Yeah.
We did. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was the day it happened.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, because I was like, wait, you've been up for. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Nick was like, "Oh, when was this?" Like, today. He's like, "Oh, I thought this was like 2 weeks ago." I'm like, "No, this was right now. Like, I'm exhausted."
So yeah,
Yeah.
got up,
4:30.
woken up, literally 2-minute fix. Stupid shit, but whatever. Simple. I'm not gonna complain.
It's your job.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck you.
He's right. He's
And,
right for
Do
that.
your job, Wagey.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And
got him.
got that fixed. Stayed at work until like 5:30 because I was just dealing with stupid shit. Literally got home, laid on the couch, fell asleep, woke up like right before the storm hit.
right
I
about
was
10 o'clock.
just like sitting on my phone, and all of a sudden I heard the wind pick up, and I was like,
what the fuck's
Shit.
going on?
and I, of course, too, once the storm like kind of got bad, because I heard a loud thud outside. Which
Yeah.
It's probably a neighbor kid flying away or
Thankfully,
something.
it wasn't my house. Unfortunately, it was our neighbor's house. Their tree just right on,
Just
Oh.
straight down.
right on
What,
their house.
Do you still have the trench from your patio?
Oh yeah, of
okay.
course.
Okay.
I may need to touch it up, but
You're flooded.
it didn't rain that much.
It really didn't.
No, I know.
So-
I was just asking.
Oh
that's
yeah.
all.
It's
I
gonna
too
be there
went
forever.
outside with my streamlight and was,
scanning around looking for damage.
what's going on?
Yeah.
it's
And
fucking
stuff.
windy.
And
I
then
need to order a streamlight.
what really sucked and what really freaked me out is so when the power finally went off, everybody in town, of course, moved over to cellular, same as me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to load all my transmitter stuff and it wasn't loading. So I'm thinking, oh fuck,
Mm-hmm.
all of my shit's off.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was only 2 stations, and it was again 2 quick fixes. So, yeah, I got woken up at 4:30 in the morning and didn't get back home till like 5 a.m.
Oof.
It was a long day.
Because Nick said he was gonna go with you, and then
And then
Yeah, I saw
did-
that. I was reading the Discord and I
didn't.
was like, well, okay.
Okay, only got a migraine. I didn't want to leave her behind.
and probably by the time Marcus was ready to go, like you were already asleep at that point. 'Cause it was like
Probably,
12:30 by the time
Yeah.
you were on your
Yeah.
way out. I saw it. I'm like, no.
I woke up. I'm like, oh, he probably just left.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
absolutely not gonna get up and go out in the storm right now,
Yeah.
or
well,
the
and
lack
like
of storm.
so before, like if we would have a station go down and it wasn't fucking horrible, I'd just be like, all right, like I'm gonna go to work. It's gonna take me an hour to get all my shit together.
Not many people listen to the
Uh,
radio
no.
from 5 a.m.
But
to
it-
7 p.m.
My
right?
thought
7 a.m.
process is, and this is also why I do a lot of heavy equipment changeover maintenance at night, is because, yeah, if I start at 8 p.m., I have until 4:30 a.m. to get everything fixed and dialed back in. So quicker I get out, the quicker I get home, just the
Yeah.
easier stuff goes.
Yeah.
But thank God, again, it was literally I walked into one, was shit, I'm gonna change what backup battery this is. Plugged it back in, powered it right back up. The other one, the transmitter had freaked out, which I was guessing just because the power flickered like 4 or 5 times in a row. Turned the 2 disconnects off, waited 10 seconds, flipped them all back on full power. So I was like, all right, cool, time to fucking go back home after driving like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's ideal when
Yeah.
it's exactly what you hope it is.
Yeah,
like
when
that's
it's easy stuff.
Apparently, there was like a partial tornado near my work, and
Oh.
Damn,
there was there's like a mini motel right along.
like a trucker motel.
Not really trucker, but it's
Nasty.
I don't even know. It's probably like 20 feet wide and like 200 feet long, just like 20 rooms ish, maybe. Like they're small.
sure.
But it's right on Route 52, like very small. But they had a lot of black walnut trees in the front yard. Well, basically all of them are knocked over, and so they started bringing them all to my work. They brought them yesterday, and I was because they didn't have anywhere to burn them
Oh,
or take
gotcha.
them. And so they were like, oh, hey, you have a giant hole, right? And I'm like, yeah, we're next to a quarry, yes. And they're like, okay, cool. So they
That's
started
my
bringing them
job.
here. So we're going to burn them and then just throw the ashes over.
A giant hole literally made of rock, like
Yeah.
the best fire pit.
Oh, dude, it's fucking
It's a literal
crazy.
fire pit.
Well, before people were throwing a lot of other shit in it because it started out. They've been at this location for like 8 years now. It started off as a huge like corner of the quarry, and then now we filled. I mean, it would have been 40 feet wide. It'd be 120 feet long at least, maybe 150 by 60 feet deep.
God damn.
Filled it in 8 years. Of
That's a
shit,
fucking hole.
of shit and dust from when the asphalt plant runs. There's a giant like vacuum fan.
Yeah.
And we take the dust out of the raw material, sand and
All the-
chips
all
and
the
rock
fines
and everything.
and stuff.
Yeah, we take the dust out of that so it's clean when it goes into the asphalt drum to get mixed with oil and everything.
Yeah.
So we create a lot of dust, but like, yeah, they filled up I couldn't even tell you
A
how huge that
gigantic-
fucking hole was, and it's completely full right now. And yeah, but
It just fills holes for a living.
Fucking right.
I wish
I also
it was
make
me.
big rocks into smaller rocks. So
and I
Like
make
a fucking Fred Flintstone.
goddamn right.
and I make 2 metal into 1 metal.
Correct.
Like it's
To bigger metal.
it really is just that easy.
Yeah.
Speaking of metal, I got in the diamond plate to do my trailer deck this week
Nice.
because
Nice.
it was Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday I put the front axle in it because that had showed up
Sweet.
last week.
Yep.
Got that put in. That went pretty easily, like all things considered. It just bolted in because it's the right one.
Hell yeah.
I use the crane to lift stuff because I'm fucking lazy.
Because you have it.
I
why
mean,
wouldn't you? Yeah.
why
Yeah.
would you not?
Oh, absolutely.
When one has crane, one will use crane.
Crane is the most OP tool. I will fight anyone on this. It's so nice
It's
to
pretty
have.
nice.
Either that or a car lift.
No, I still take crane every day.
It's a close second.
You can pick
Oh.
up half a car with it.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
But get the axles in. With both axles in there, now it's like balanced out where it was just on one. I can still lift the tongue of the trailer up.
Wow.
It's a 16-foot long.
How much does it weigh? 2,800?
1,800 pounds
Oh,
without
oh,
the axle.
oh, yeah, yeah.
The axle's probably another 200 pounds, so probably right about 2K right now. I can. It's a lot of effort, but I can lift the tongue off the ground.
Well, considering my 5x8, I cannot lift the tongue, or I can
Well,
I can
I'm
just barely lift it to move it. I bet it weighs 800 pounds,
I'm just really,
and it's a 5x8.
I'm really, really strong, you know.
yeah,
but
yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
it's really well balanced. Is all like
Nice.
and
Even better for your towing situation.
great for towing, bad for sitting empty. Because if you just like,
Oh, yeah.
touch it, it'll start rolling. Even with the jack on the ground, it's so light, like it just you can push it. Like torquing the wheels.
Oh yeah.
it wasn't rolling.
Hook it up to the forklift for that.
It wasn't rolling. It would spin the tire on the ground.
Oh, yeah. 'cause
It's so well balanced
Yep.
that one tire isn't holding a crazy amount of weight anywhere. So torquing the front, I'm just like, skirt. I'm just like, gotta like put my leg into it to torque it to 100. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
I hope once I put some weight on it, it's, you know, once I get the deck put on there, it'll stabilize it out a little bit.
Probably.
Well, I mean, how much is your metal weight before you cut it? And put it
Before I
on?
cut it down, so the place, because we were gonna order from Elro like usual, but Haggerty's cheaper on like steel products. So I ended up with 4x8s and 5x10s when I needed 4x8s and 5x8s. But that's a 5x8's a non-standard size
Yeah.
sheet, so they just subbed it with 5x10, which was still cheaper than 5x8s from Elro. That right now is somewhere around like 860 pounds.
That's not that bad.
And I'm going to cut off 2 foot off of both the 5x10s and cut out the fender wells and stuff. Like, I'll probably be about 2,700 pounds,
It's really only going to add about 700 pounds to her.
600-700 pounds, somewhere in there.
And what's
That's
max
not bad.
towing on your truck?
7,500. So if the trailer was 3,000 pounds, my red truck right now is currently about 4,500 pounds. So if the trailer weighed up to 3, I would still be in the clear.
Yeah.
And I am sure my boss's gray trailer and your Jeep is overloaded for my truck anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your Jeep, especially with a cage, is probably heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that trailer,
I should drive it to Utica and throw it on the scale.
I don't know what the fuck that trailer weighs. That trailer's probably 3,000 pounds. His trailer, that 20-foot
Oh,
car
at
trailer.
least, yeah,
that thing-
absolutely.
that thing's heavy because it's been extended and then extended again. So it's got a bunch of extra bracing and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee it's probably 3,500.
Yeah. So I figure even with a steel deck, I'll still be well within spec.
Sweet.
So
Nice.
yeah. So that was that.
Yeah. well, I'll say back to Friday in the storms. I rolled into work and it was just standing water everywhere. I'm like, this.
I mean, you do work in a hole.
Well, no, not. I work next to the hole that we throw
Okay.
shit in is all. But yeah, we were just standing water, and my dad and everybody else who works for who was on the asphalt plant that day was they had come in at 3 a.m. to do work. Well, then they worked for like an hour and a half, and then it started to downpour.
Yeah, because
Friday morning.
It rained like crazy, like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so yeah, as I was rolling into work, it was still kind of off and on raining and shit. And I get in and they're at a stop, and me and the other crusher guy come in. And we're like, well, we've been doing bullshit maintenance all week, and we don't really need to be here. It was also supposed to be the hottest day of the year. I'm like, fuck this. And so the other guy, he's what is he? 59. He's just like, he's gonna retire like either this year or next. He's like, yeah, I don't fucking need it. I'm like, thank God I don't want it. I want to go home and work on my Subaru. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, left there, got back home. I was back home at like fucking 7:30, I think.
Yeah, I think you left there at like 6 something. It was pretty early.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. So got home, started working on the Subaru. It was back together by about noon. Finished putting the timing belt on, water pump back on.
Oh shit, nice.
Hey, I had it running. The only thing I was waiting on was a battery because I wasn't sure if it was good to go yet. But I had fired it, ran it, did an oil change on it, topped off the coolant, and we're just kind of waiting on some other really, really little things.
But the AC still works.
AC was still ice cold. It still is. And yeah, I drove it to the podcast studio today. So yeah.
I'll have to give her a good check out.
Supposedly, I haven't seen it.
Brakes are a little iffy.
Well, but you still have drums in the rear.
Yes, but I think the fronts are a little, something is a little out of whack. I do not really know. I brought a
wouldn't
temp
hurt
gun
to
with me
bleed
just
'em.
in case to see if one of them is sticking, so I can dive into that one if I know it's worse than the other.
Yeah.
Sure.
If not, I can just take them all out, work them, get new fluid in them.
And they might just need bled. You might have
I'm not sure.
might have been
New
some air
fluid.
in the system that settled out or something weird.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna dive into the brakes on it at some point. But I also drove up to Aurora today after work, and I picked up some '96 Impreza RS seats for $100. Because
Oh.
I don't know,
can
Brian,
be
you rode
bougie.
in my car,
And
or
the seats are fine. You're complaining about
the passenger was
No,
probably
fine.
okay.
driver's seat's fine.
The driver's seat
It's fine.
was
It's okay.
flatter than a cow patty, and
It's
it
fine.
fucking sucked.
Who's Patty?
So bad. I don't know. Somebody's really flat. But yeah, like the dude who owned it before me, who we bought it from in Washington, he's a big boy. He played football. He's probably 300 pounds. He
was
or
a-
all of
He
250.
was probably 6'6", like
Yeah,
275.
that was
He's a
a
big dude.
corn-fed motherfucker.
large
Yeah.
man, and he
He wore that. Seat
he
the fuck
fucking
out.
wore this
yeah.
seat out pretty bad. And I was sitting on like the office little butt pad for like office chairs.
Yeah, that you get at like Walmart.
Yeah,
the little-
I did. I bought it on the trip. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm like, yeah, like it just anything will help. And I rocked that for way too fucking long. And I really dove into forums and the Facebook group today or this week. And I'm like, what seats out of other Subarus fit this, that? I'm like, find me something. And so I had a bunch of them saved on Cardash Part. And I was like, fuck it, I'll check Marketplace too. Well, after I found it, I found a lot of other branded Subarus instead of just Legacies. So I was like, I'll look for like what other ones fit. Apparently, almost every Impreza seat except for like newer than 2007.
It makes sense that the floor pan would be the same for that whole span.
I'll say the only difference I saw was there's 2 bolts on the trans tunnel side of the rear mount, whereas the Impreza only uses one of those. But
Yeah.
they both like I put the bolt
same
back in the
bolt pattern.
hole, and then the Impreza one bolt like lined back up. The only
Nice.
bolt that didn't line up was the front side of the bracket on the passenger side. I don't know why,
So are those-
but at the very least, I can just cut the tab, extend it
Yeah.
down a 1/4 inch,
Yeah.
weld it back together, and then it'll work.
You
It's
don't-
literally just half a tab.
You don't need all those.
I mean,
three's
Blue
enough.
sat in it, and it was okay. So she didn't
Yeah.
die.
That's
So are
it.
the new seats in?
Yes, they're in.
Are
Yeah.
they actually better?
Yes,
Okay. I
absolutely.
didn't know
There
if,
is
like-
there is at least probably 60% more cushion, and there's also a lot more bolstering.
So now
I was half expecting to be like, I
Oh,
took out my
okay.
bad seats and I put in race buckets that have no cushion.
No,
That's what I thought
They,
you
they
meant,
do
yeah.
have a bit more bolstering, but there is a lot more pad,
okay.
and they
Yeah,
were
that's
also only
nice.
$100
Oh,
for,
nice.
for 2 seats.
So
Nice.
now let me ask you this: did you ever fix the driver's seat belt?
No, I still need to get one of those.
Yeah, you
I
need to get
I
that-
tried to get one at
Just
the
duct tape
junkyard where I'd got the motor from, but both cars already had them gone.
Fuck.
So, and then the sedan that I got the engine, the one I'm currently using out of, it had the front seats gone as well, so I couldn't even steal out of that.
Yeah, it's probably just the type of material they're made out of absorbs a bunch of grease and gets really icky.
Yeah, so
Well, no, the one on his driver's side is fucking
it's all tore up.
shredded.
Like there was, yeah,
Well,
the
yeah,
seatbelt
but-
itself, yeah.
Or was it
That
the steering
big boy.
Or was it the steering wheel that was super greasy?
Steering wheel. It
One of those was
so
nasty.
gross. Yeah.
I think the seatbelt was nasty.
Oh, that
too,
and the or
but-
no, that wasn't the shifter. Oh, it was the handbrake. Was fucking disgusting too. There's so much. There's so much fast food in this car. When I took up the seats, dude, there's probably I have at least $3.50 in change, and then there's just like there's blue hair as well, like dog hair, I should say.
I'll say
Whoa.
Yeah, had some emo bitches in there. What up? Nah. Fucking had some dog hair in there, which I figured was just from my dog Blue, and then there was just so many
Probably
fries.
had two
and
large McDonald's
Dude,
fries.
there was at least a like Happy Meal's worth of fries on the floor.
That's
under
quite.
both
That's
seats.
quite a bit of.
There's a
fries.
lot.
Okay, but let's be honest. You drop one fry in the car, you're not picking that up.
Oh
Well,
no,
it
I know.
depends on
That's
where
what
it's
later.
at.
But you do like, God forbid you get it. You get fucking McDonald's twice a week, every fucking week
And you
for
drop
like
at least
3
one
years.
fry.
It's just
Like,
the way
dude,
it is.
oh my God, there's so many. There's so much fast food on the floor. But
Oh man.
Well, at least it's clean
yeah,
now.
so I gotta get it clean. The inside of the windshield is terrible. I can hardly see out of it.
I need to do mine too.
Fucking what else was it? I wrote something else down, just little stuff that I need to get done. Yeah, really the next big things are brakes on it, and that's pretty much it. It might need a steering rack because either that or I need to really bleed the power steering pump because it just steers like shit. It always kind of has, but I think it's even worse now. So I don't really know.
It's got 250,000 miles on it. That rack is probably worn out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so oh well. I'm gonna drive
Get
it in the
after
meantime. If I really need it, then I'll go back to the same junkyard I got the engine from and steal that one because it's only got 170 on it.
You could drive with shitty steer. A rack's probably like $100.
Oh yeah, the junkyard won't
wouldn't-
cost me shit.
I
but
wouldn't even buy a used one. I'd just buy a new one. If you can
I was
get them.
I was debating about looking it up to see. So I drove it. How did I drive it? What the fuck? Oh no,
How
it
does
was
one
it was
drive?
the day I bought the battery, so that would have been this week. It would have been Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I picked up a battery. I had 2 months left on the warranty for the battery because it was just almost 2 years old, like to the day.
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I had 2 months left on the warranty. Fucking swapped that out for free from O'Reilly's. Put it back in. Started right up. It was perfect. I'm like, thank God I didn't have to pay for that. Just one
What year
less
is
thing.
that Subaru?
Nice.
97. But yeah, I'm like, perfect. So got the new battery, got some other little stuff. Came back and drove it around. Me and Blue took it around, just around town, basically, probably not even 5 miles.
Just
And it was okay then. Yeah, terrible. Oh, exhaust leak. That's the other big thing. There's somewhere I have new exhaust gaskets. I don't know if I should have. I'm 99% sure I tightened the 4 or 2 or.
words.
Originally, it was all 4 studs, but when they took this motor out of the junkyard, 2 of them backed out of the head. So, which is funny because it was funny that both sides did the exact same thing. So I was missing 2 studs, one on either side.
Sure.
One stud from my bad engine backed out. So what I did was just weld that nut to that stud, then suck it.
Use it like
sunk
a bolt.
Yeah, use it like a bolt. Sunk it right back in the one side. The other one, I just found a random bolt that fit. I'm like, perfect.
I'm sure that wouldn't cause a leak.
Ugga. So
Wait,
for,
no. Actually, no. Sorry, I actually drug the welder out to the old engine, put a nut on it, welded it, backed it out of the old engine,
see, that's
put it in a
way
new one.
better.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I think you just grabbed
Actually.
like random
So
M8.
I did. I looked. I was like, "Can I just find one?" I'm like, "No," because the exhaust studs. It was a really weird size compared to the rest of the engine.
And a standard bolt, like the head's probably bigger sized or something.
Yeah. So I was like,
Probably work.
fuck. So I had to go out and do that. But, oh well.
So for a rack and pinion assembly, it'll
Mm-hmm.
cost you $214
It's not terrible.
I'd buy it new,
for
honestly.
a brand
Yeah.
new assembly.
I'll see if I can bleed it if I have time. Like,
Oh
while I have
yeah,
time.
I would see
But
if it's
yeah.
not absolutely.
It has
eating
been
the
pretty
shit
bad
out
the
of,
whole
but
time.
And the alignment could just be out of whack
Ah,
too.
that too.
and-
I did get it aligned before it blew up because it wore out the tire on the passenger inside.
my
Really, like,
tires.
it was down in the corner. I don't know if you remember it. You might.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Like the outside of the tread was like 75% new. The inside of that tire was fucking down to the cords.
That's called a camber.
Yeah. Even though I never noticed it and you couldn't tell from the outside, it was just wearing that.
It could also
bad.
just be bad suspension bushings that are like, it looks fine
Yeah.
sitting still. Once you put load on it, it flexes
Yeah.
out.
Which Yeah, the rear struts are new. The fronts are still old, so it could be part of that. But I'm not going to put struts on this before this trip.
No, I wouldn't get too carried away with it.
Yeah, I don't really
If
care.
you're putting
enough.
struts, you could lift it like 2 inches and be cool. But
Well, yeah.
that's
I
more of
could.
a later problem.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So,
Speaking of stuff and doing stuff and things, you went to RC Fest.
I did.
You
Yeah.
invited none of us to RC Fest
Yeah, I didn't.
because one, you knew I couldn't go. So
Yeah,
that was-
I knew you were working.
and the rest of you guys don't do anything cool.
Yeah, so because
Unbelievable.
because I got the Subaru done on Friday, I'm like, well, fuck, I got the weekend free.
I went down with you on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So once I got the Subaru done, I was back inside by like noon, 1 o'clock, like just before the real heat of the day. And then I was like, well, shit. Like on the way back home from work. So this would be like 7:30 in the morning. I started texting some of the guys in the Total Off-Road group. I'm like, hey, like if you guys are actually going, like let me know and I'll try and come down at least for the day, Saturday. If not, maybe spend the night and then I'll leave early on Sunday. And that's what I ended up doing. But yeah, so once I finished the Subaru, came back inside, looked at the I started messing. I charged the battery, showered. I think I ate. Then I come back out and I was looking around the RC car, and I started driving it once the battery was charged. And I noticed that when I was doing a wheelie with it, the rear axle driver's side was coming up like really close to the cab. I'm like, huh, that looks like something's broken. Sorry, my dog's making
Your
noise.
dog's making noise.
Pitbull noises.
He wants attention.
She pissed.
Yeah. So I was like, huh, I think something's broken. So I flip it over and I see a axle link bracket. So
On the axle side or on the body side?
the axle side.
Okay.
Yeah. So the links are attached to the frame basically, and it keeps the axle straight. It's a triangulated 4-link, and like just one of the axles one of the brackets on the axle was broken. It's just a little plastic tab. They make aftermarket. I didn't really care. I just needed something to replace this broken piece with. And I call every hobby shop in Chicago because Kyle Meng was up there waiting to come down.
Dog's pissed. Just down there.
Sorry, she's making a lot of noise.
She's just bored.
So yeah, call every hobby shop in Chicago trying to find the Traxxas stock part. They could not find it. They didn't have any aftermarket. I called every hobby shop in Champaign, which is like 2 more. There was one in Bloomington, did not have it. Had Trevor in Missouri look at his local shops. They didn't have the part number or the part. Mostly because this is a pretty new platform. It's only been out for a year and a half or so, I think.
So there's not a ton of broken not a demand for replacement parts as much.
Yeah, not more than like regular like axial or like normal Traxxas crawlers, summits and stuff. So I finally find it in Peoria, and luckily they're open till 8 o'clock. I'm like, perfect. I have plenty of time. It's like 2 o'clock. So I sent a message in Discord, and Nick was like, "Yeah, I'll come down with you." So I'm like, "Sweet." We leave at like 5 or 6 o'clock, maybe.
It was like 4:30.
Yeah, probably 4:35.
I think you guys had said 4:15 or
Yeah.
something.
So we leave, head on down. It's hot. Oh my
Yes.
god. My AC
It was fucking brutal.
my
that
AC
day.
didn't keep up in the car until about halfway home. Is when it was
Yeah.
finally like, oh, like the AC is finally like at the temperature it's supposed to be getting.
That's
at.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbearably hot.
I mean, your black car with
my black car with no tint and
No.
just max AC with 2 dudes in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can believe it.
Yeah, it took a long time for it to catch up, but eventually, yeah. So we get down to the CRC Hobbies in Peoria, and it's about an hour and 10 minutes. The place is fucking sick.
Yeah.
It is huge. It's an inside 3-course like building.
This is the same one that you went to for.
No, this is the first time I ever went there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was just the time, just this past Friday that me and Nick went.
Yeah.
And we walk in and there's like immediate left and right is all shelves with parts. Then there's a counter with all aftermarket parts, which is where I was buying my link brackets as well as a brass weighted diff cover for my truck to add extra weight and keep the center of gravity really low and try to help it.
Yeah. Because
Fancy.
it's kind of tall, so having weight
Yes.
on low will help.
Yes,
a ton.
it is very tall. I learned this after RC Fest.
Well, you learned it after complete off-road open house.
that too.
But
But it was even exacerbated even on at RC Fest.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get down there. I told Nick, I'm like, $75 is my limit. The link,
Here's my wallet.
yeah. Well, no, I told Nick, I'm like, I don't need to be spending all this money before the main trip.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm like $75.
Oh my God.
The total came out to 72. I bought a front and rear, all 4 axle link brackets.
Nice.
All brass, very, very nice. It was like 30 some bucks. And then
Yeah.
the diff cover was 40 some as well. So after tax it was like 72, 73 bucks. I'm like,
That's not
perfect.
bad.
just within budget.
Yeah. The rest, so after this, yeah, there's, like I said, there's the bookcases and then there's the main like glass display case, all like it's a giant circle. It's where all the registers are. Behind that immediately is a carpeted trophy truck course, like short course truck or track. Very fucking big. Nobody was running that. Back in the corner was the crawler course. Like for an indoor course, it was really nice. Like I definitely would like to go back there and check it out.
Sure.
And then there's also to the left was a pretty decent sized drift course as well for drift cars and stuff too.
Yeah.
So assuming just smooth concrete or something.
Like plastic, almost like school tile
Yeah.
plastic.
Like
Okay.
linoleum.
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, but there's no cracks or anything. It was all very, very
it's like
smooth.
one giant sheet that
yeah,
they just
pretty much.
roll
But it's
out.
all separate tiles.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, so I was like, wow, like this is way bigger than I thought it would be. I needed one
That's
part
what
that I
she
came
said.
down here for.
Especially compared to the hobby shops around here.
Yeah.
Where it's like
There's
Right.
nothing.
they're a 30-foot
Is
deep
the-
store with just some parts in it.
Is the place in Princeton still open? I don't think
Princeton?
they are.
No. Peru is closing currently.
Are they still
Royal
closing?
Auto, yeah. Well, I just saw the ad today because I thought about going in there and just seeing what they had just because. I was
Used to
also
be really good friends with that guy.
I kind of want to be. He's fucking the neighbor
Yeah,
here.
it's like he worked here with me.
Yeah.
Well, his son did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives next door.
He dated my mom in high school.
He could be Andy's dad. We don't know.
Could have been.
Might be.
But yeah, so yeah, I thought about going in there and checking out stuff.
But yeah, but they wouldn't have anything for your Traxxas anyway because yours is a new.
Well, I also
platform.
thought about picking up a really cheap Slash, just
Slash?
something to beat
Jesus
on,
Christ.
Yeah, but
'cause
see,
How,
why
well,
not?
hold on. How much is a cheap
like less than
Slash?
$200.
I say like $200.
Like
250.
receiver vehicle, 2-wheel drives are like anywhere from 120 to 175. 4-wheel drives are like 250.
My
But that's
problem
no
is-
battery.
Most
Oh,
of the
that
time,
kinda
yeah,
sucks.
yeah. Which I would like to get something with a battery, so I have a spare
Yeah.
for. I have 2 of the same with Traxxas plugs.
I really tried to get into maybe possibly at some point
That's a lot of adjectives.
I know.
Jesus.
Maybe
Yeah.
getting
possibly.
a little drift car set up.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're so fucking expensive.
That's why you had to
know.
build it yourself. Because
Well,
the pre-done ones are the
yeah.
expensive ones.
Well,
Yeah.
like the difference between belt driven and direct drive and
I don't.
everything like that.
I know the least amount about drift cars, honestly.
Same.
But
I did a little bit of research.
Same
I'd
as
like to
anything
get back
else.
into the hobby. But
I would say get a Slash for less than $200 and see if you actually use it. Like I don't use my. I have fucking right now. I have almost $800 wrapped up in my RC car. I've used it twice. Like
That's $400 a
shit.
piece.
Do
Easy.
you want to talk? I mean, I could go get my
Your 3.3.
T-Max 3.3
Oh, yeah.
that's all fucking aluminum and could break
I've
your
thought
leg.
about
in
getting. I want
50
another
fucking pieces.
Nitro, honestly, just to toy around with.
I
but
should
it's gonna
go
sit
get it.
all the
I
time.
think it's in my
I don't-
dad's attic.
I don't know
somewhere.
where ours went. Last I knew they were on that shelf, and I don't think they're up there anymore. They might be.
I want to
I
say I
haven't
saw
seen
it
them in a
up in the
while.
racking.
It's
I
probably.
think they were missing a servo or something.
But we had 2 of them to take parts back and
Oh,
forth.
fair.
But
Oh.
whatever it was, there was some reason that neither one would work, even swapping parts back and forth. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
or something was broken that was important. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, RC Fest itself, get down there at
I think you said like 9:30.
9:30, yeah. Opening ceremonies was 9:45. I get there, just start bullshitting with everybody. Apparently, like they also experienced the storms Friday morning or Friday night. There was a lot of people in tents and stuff. Apparently, like all the tents, just like South Dakota, they were just falling in on themselves.
Yikes.
And then also the next morning at like 6:00, all the event organizers and stuff start rolling in and setting stuff up, even though opening ceremonies was 9:45. But like, yeah, they were waking up all the people in the tents and stuff and not pissing them off because they kind of knew what they were signing up for. But it's like, yeah, shitty night of sleep because of the storms, shitty wake up because everybody's
Yeah.
making noise and rolling in and everything. It's like, yeah, it happens.
Be pretty annoying to be fair. Even if you knew it was going to happen, It's like when
It
your alarm
still
goes off
sucks.
and you're still
Yeah,
half
you still
asleep.
just don't want to
Yeah.
be awake.
It's just
Period.
like, fuck. Is it like, why am I doing this to myself? Kind of
Yep.
moment.
But it was a really good event. Like throughout the whole thing, it was awesome.
So speaking of events, do you want to tell them the event that you accidentally signed up for? Because I know
Yeah.
about it, but you guys don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Andy fucked up.
There-
What kind of an event?
So there
Or
was
the event.
3 events.
Oh, okay.
There was 3 events that I was looking at doing. The first one was the first event of the whole weekend. It's called the Dakar Rally. Do you know what the actual Dakar Rally is?
Yes, it's where they race
Yeah, it's
the trucks
somewhere
in
to
the desert.
somewhere to Paris.
Dakar to Paris.
Okay, yeah, Dakar to Paris, and
Because there's also the Peking to Paris, which is a different.
okay,
different
yeah,
race.
yeah, huge off-road like multi-thousand-mile trip in real like trophy trucks and like
And the semis.
anything. Yeah,
That's where they
there's
bring their-
semis, dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, everything.
They do all kinds
basically.
That's the
shit.
support rigs also doing 80 bouncing next to
Yeah,
cars.
dude, those things are fun.
Yeah.
What's that one? I think Red Bull did.
Red
a couple
Bull
years
does
ago,
a lot of
where
them,
they were
yeah.
just like around
yeah.
the corners in the street, and it's like that's a semi.
It's like a
That's-
40,000 pound
that
support
shouldn't
vehicle.
be doing
Yeah,
that,
it's
but
fucking
man, that's
sick.
fucking cool.
Yeah, they whip those things. But
Yeah.
So they had a miniature version of this basically, and it's your RC you're running with, and then it's you running. It's
behind it.
It's a 1 mile stretch, and I didn't really realize.
eat a
I'm
dick.
like, fuck. But I was like, I'm at a huge advantage because a lot of these RC guys are big. middle-aged men. I'm
'cause it's an event that
not
doesn't.
gonna do that bad.
It's an event that doesn't require you to move a whole lot.
Yeah. So I accidentally picked the same number as somebody else, which was 24. And I was like, fuck, I'll just grab a different one, whatever. So I grabbed number 31. I was the last participant. I ended up passing 3 people, except for
staggered
the
launch.
last guy. Yeah, staggered launch by 30 seconds, I think is what it was. I'll go through the course real quick. It started off at the bottom of a hill climb. It's probably, 40 foot up. Immediately go back down the other side of the hill. Then immediately come back up another hill. Like it just immediate U-turn, and then immediately down a longer stretched hill over towards like the park area where this was. You pass a huge American flag hung by a crane. Past porta potties, you zig and zag in between this huge line of trees, probably about 50, 60 yards long. And then it's just a straight sprint with just grass in front of you for another 50 yards. Take a right turn, you come around this pretty big area of where the trail courses for the rock crawlers is set up. Go around this entire group of trees where that's all set up. And then come around for the final straight to the finish line. So I passed at least minimum 2 people. I think, the third guy I was running with at the very end, like dead sprint. He had a super fast car, but he was out of the last 5 people, he was in the best shape besides me. I was in better shape
That's
than
saying
him.
something.
I was in better shape than him, but he was also in flip flops. I'm like, fuck it. So we are literally sprinting towards the end because he saw me catch up. I'm out of fucking. It was bad. It was kind of hot still. Like I was not prepared to run a mile this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. The very last, 10 yards, we start sprinting, and I'm not even steering with my RC anymore. I just full throttle it.
Oh, fuck it.
And like me and my RC are side by side. I cross the line because the time doesn't stop until both you and the RC hit
Okay, because
hit the
that
line.
was my question.
Yeah.
Is do you basically have to run alongside?
You have to be with it. The time does not stop. It doesn't matter how fast your RC is, and that's what I was telling the other podcast. I was like, it does not matter how fast it is. It's all running. If you can run and your car can do 20, you're good.
Yeah, you're not-
Which my RC can do maybe 30, 35. There's people with like 100 mile an hour capable cars. I'm like, yeah, fat ass, how are you doing? Like,
You still got to cross, bitch.
yeah, your car is going 5 because you're going 5, and I just did a brisk, probably like I don't know, 10 mile an hour. It's faster than a handful of people. I probably
Average
had a pretty
10-minute mile or something.
yeah. It was probably about
Maybe a little bit less than that 'cause you're running in dirt and stuff.
yeah.
but-
No, it was probably 12 or 13, probably 14.
But yeah,
even.
it's closer to.
but compared to the 20 minutes some guys were taking, it's like yeah.
Yeah, you're racing yourselves, and
Yes.
the RC's just next to you.
Yeah, and you
Like,
also kind of have to like every now and again steer through these trees and like there's a little jump and this and that. And yeah,
or God forbid your RC like pulls, so the whole time you're like.
it does.
bumping
I was
back and forth.
adjusting trim quite a bit because I'm like I haven't driven this straight for like
Or
the
fast.
whole time the whole time I've owned it. So I'm adjusting steer trim on the servo like the whole time. I'm like trying to dial it in. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah.
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 That's what the kids call a fuck up.
Yeah, I was like, okay, next year if
Major
I know,
L.
then I'll maybe be a little more prepared.
Say, to be fair, it actually sounds kind of fun to do that.
I could.
I would
you
do
could
that.
be competitive. Yeah, if you have a 30-mile-an-hour capable rig,
And
and then
you're
you just
fast.
if you're actually ready to run a mile, then yes, you
Yeah.
could probably be pretty
'Cause
competitive.
I'm sure you're in cargo shorts and you're all birds, not
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't wear a belt, so the whole
Right.
time I'm
Pulling
one-handing
your
my
fucking
remote, pulling my
pants up.
fucking pants back up, running more. I'm
Could have
like,
grabbed a zip tie and just fucking.
I should have, but I didn't really think about. I didn't. It wasn't a problem until I realized halfway through that
Until
my
you started
pockets are full
running.
of shit, and they're weighing down my shorts and they're falling off.
Meanwhile, like Kyle's drone's like buzzing your head the whole
yeah,
time. Probably.
yeah. I was the only one of us 4 total off-road guys that were in this event, and I'm like, yeah, I should have figured that out.
Probably because they knew.
So do they
yeah.
do like a lot of these?
This
RC
is like
Fest is once a year.
yes.
Okay.
This RC
This
Fest.
this RC Fest. It's called RC Fest. Creators of Chaos. It's Adam is the dude who runs it. It's big. It's Southern Illinois. There's one other big RC Fest in Illinois by Horizon Hobby.
But it's
up
basically
north,
it's
isn't
a blood drive and an RC
Yeah.
Fest in
Yeah.
one.
Oh, give blood.
Yeah.
So it's a-
then
it's a-
do
oh,
the
yeah.
fucking mile.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's to benefit that.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
a lot of proceeds are for that. It's to bring more people out,
Man, if
etc.
they
et
did
cetera.
it like once a month, fuck, I might
No, it's
consider
every
fucking.
year.
Well,
Well,
or,
I
like,
was
once
talking
every
with
2 months.
Ming and Trevor and Mike, and they all sounded like they kind of want to do something again. Probably, hopefully before the end of the year.
Kind of like a mini event.
It sounds like we're gonna go to Joliet because there's an indoor place up there, or if not that place, I told everybody about the one in Peoria because I haven't driven the one in Peoria. Trevor and Kyle have both been to the one in Joliet, but between those two places, they're kind of both central enough for everybody to meet at. So
Well-
if we do go, I'm sure you guys can tag along.
And Trevor's so far out of the way. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Trevor. Well, so to Peoria, Mike would be about 3.5 hours.
I suppose.
Trevor would be about 4-ish, or probably 3.5,
probably
4
both
to
3.5,
Peoria.
yeah.
But to Joliet,
That's an
Trevor
extra-
Trevor is another hour and a half from that at
Oh,
least.
at
Right.
least.
At least.
They can go 55 though, so it's
It's-
more of a straight shot.
It's still an hour and a half at least, if not more.
Yeah, so Trevor, but like I said, it's either Mike or Trevor making up the difference. Whoever just wants to drive further, or if they want to experience a new parked one they haven't been to yet, Mike is going to be. Me and Mike both will be new to whichever one, so it'll be fun for us.
Is Mike
Yeah.
closer to Joliet than he is to Peoria?
Yeah, he's in Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was.
so he would stay on 74 that
that's
goes
true.
straight through. It'd just be south.
I was-
Trevor and Mike both are like on the same south plane.
Mm-hmm.
They would go up 74 each way, one from the Springfield side, one from
I suppose,
Indiana
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
And then just kind of depends whoever wants to, if we want to go to Peoria or Joliet, basically. But
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I would like to try to talk to them maybe once. It sounds like everybody's kind of wanting to do winter, so maybe November or December we could try to get up there. And
Well,
I'll try and
yeah.
mention it to you guys if you want to come out and just hang out for the day.
I mean,
Sure.
I'll steal Michael's slash.
Yeah. Well, he has E-Revo, his mini.
Oh yeah, E-Revo, not a slash. But
Fuck
yeah.
yeah. It's
need to-
something to do.
I need to like make sure it works because
Yeah.
it's been abused.
Correct. Yeah. Well, that carpeted course would be great for that thing.
Oh,
Oh,
that-
it's just fast and there's jumps and
That
fast
thing-
turns and shit.
That thing grips up on concrete 'cause it's the 4-wheel drive
Yeah.
one, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't care.
yeah, that would be great for that.
I need to like pull the front shafts out to make it usable.
Well, you should also try to find like hard wheel, like drift wheels for that
my
thing and do the
God.
drift course.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll let
Four-wheel.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
they absolutely will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is all-wheel drive drift cars for RC, but
I'll 3D print some wheels and they'll just explode.
yes, you could do.
I've seen people do it to get like custom like offset like looks.
You can probably set your receiver on the car too to do like a training mode, like half speed, so you can actually have it usable on the drift course.
Yeah, like it'll limit your.
I don't think you need 80-mile-an-hour wheel speed for fucking drifting
It'd be
indoors.
pretty sick though.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
As it's melting through the plastic and getting shorter.
Yeah,
Just use
exactly.
PLA plug.
Throwing.
It would disintegrate
It
the
would,
thing.
but
It'd be
it'd
so
still
cool
be
though.
funny.
Yeah, so there's plans
I
for
could
that.
do like you could do steel inlay. So
I could
then you
just
could be
machine-
throwing
I could-
sparks.
I could use. I could
well,
just
it's
machine
not.
one.
It's not
Oh,
steel
it's
though.
not
It's
concrete.
rubber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I could machine some out of aluminum or something cool. Put custom patterns in them. That's so much more work than that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it! I don't want to get back into RC again. I already fly
Dude,
drones.
it's
God
great.
damn it!
Oh, I know.
It's like that,
Yeah.
but just put wheels on the drone.
No.
Ooh.
Bring my big boy out.
You just take all those motors, put wheels on them, flip it upside down.
Yeah.
Math.
It's like a horrible idea.
I'm sure it'll work.
Christ.
Yeah, no, but no, RC Fest. Well, because you went to the one that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2020, because it was the first time I met any of the Total Off Road guys.
Yeah,
I just wanted to go down and basically meet them, and then I'm like, RC Fest kind of like it sounds cool. They talked highly of it, so I'm like, yeah, I'll go check it out at least. I've been wanting to get back in RCs the whole like
Pretty much
since high
then.
school.
Yeah.
And that really kicked it into gear. I'm like, yeah, I'd really love to, and I didn't make it happen till this year, but yeah, you know. But yeah, now that I have one, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a time suck. Like this year, I was thinking about it a lot. Like the last couple of weeks, I have been nonstop since January working on projects. It was a crunch to get the Jeep done for Memorial Day. The second that was done, I had a week or two off, and I started on the Subaru. Also ATV, also Harley, also house shit. Fucking yeah, it's been. I have not stopped
Life's a
working on
fucking
shit.
bitch, isn't it?
Plus building your little trailer, plus
Oh yeah,
ambulance
building a
work,
little trailer
plus,
in the winter was
plus deleting your truck allegedly.
yeah. Dude, yeah, I just have not stopped doing shit, which it sucks too because like now that I have momentum doing shit, I'm like, oh, I can bang out the fucking ambulance, get that done, just do more shit, and I'm like, fuck, I just want to stop.
That's exactly where I'm at right now. Like working 60, but I'm like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can get all the parts to finish this trailer. I just need to do.
You
the
need to
work.
find the time and motivation.
So it's like
so fucking
it's
hard.
6 o'clock after work, and I'm like, I'm gonna drag it in here and I'll work on it till fucking 8:30 or whatever. Like
Well, it was a huge ball buster, like two and three.
two,
3 and 2
trees.
weeks ago when it was stupid hot out. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have the whole
Oh,
Subaru
yeah.
done, but I have nowhere with air conditioning to fucking finish it. I don't want to drag it to like to here.
Yeah,
To
not when
work
it's not
on it.
running. Yeah,
I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm just like, and that was honestly the biggest break. I did like 2 weeks off. I was playing Counter-Strike every day after work. I'm like, this is fucking great. Not doing nothing, fucking working bare
Yeah, this
minimum,
is
like
fucking
working 40-hour
amazing.
weeks, playing my video games. I'm like, man,
Hell
this
yeah.
is nice.
yeah, you're back on like a normal person schedule.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Fucking normie.
Yeah,
I wish.
I can't say anything.
I think I'm gonna be well. So now that the Subaru is running, I have not told my boss that I'm leaving yet. I think that's either gonna be tomorrow or next week or Monday.
Oh, so speaking of you leaving, when are you gonna order the damn GPS unit?
I was meaning to ask Brian to pay me so I can do that.
I was meaning for you to order it, and then I'd pay you.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay,
Proof
fine.
of
Well, you had it on
purchase.
your calendar for like next week.
Yeah,
So
I did.
I wasn't in any rush. and You weren't in
No,
any
that's
rush.
fine. I was meaning to ask that. I didn't even have
Yeah.
to ask it on the podcast. But yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
much.
me giving you cash shouldn't affect you paying with a credit card.
Well, it's not a credit card. It's my checking account.
Same thing.
I'm trying not to make the
But
number go
you're
too
saying-
low to make me feel sad.
You just need
Which
to-
it was at $200 before I got paid
I mean,
this
hey,
week. I'm like,
we all offered to
And you're quitting your
split
job.
that GPS unit. You were like, just give me 50
well,
bucks.
no, I know.
that'd be fine."
Yeah, but I also wanted to like I'm gonna be the one to keep it afterwards.
Yeah,
I
like-
figured I was like I feel like $50 was fair for all
No,
you
that's-
guys.
I'll pay you today. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll pitch in.
Yeah. It's just
I
I'm
already did pitch in.
Pitching
Yeah.
again.
Nope,
Yeah.
I'm good.
You got your $10.
You
back.
got my money, damn it.
yeah, you got your $10 back. You didn't overpay me
Yeah.
anymore.
This time.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely could order the GPS unit. Yeah, pretty much it.
And then our flights went all to hell. You've
Yeah, holy
been panicking
hell.
all week about
Oh
our
my
flights.
god.
You've been all
So,
up in a
you know
tizzy.
what?
No offense, you don't have to give me a day by day. Just sum it up at the end of the week.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to
Give
order
me a
them on a
TLDR.
Wednesday
So
anyway.
so
but
basically I've had our flights for the 15th price
allegedly,
tracked
Mm-hmm.
for 8 months.
for so long.
Because that's that. Well, we decided this is the day that we're going. This is the flight we would like to take. This is really the only flight
And you
that's
just
gonna
really
fucking
wanted you wanted the stress.
So I was like, you know what? I'll keep track of it because it'll remind me of. It'll burn it into my brain. This is the flight.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, like one day, I got a email and it was like, oh, your flight went from
like 279
$259 to like 302, and I was like, okay, $50, whatever. It's probably just because this is the time everybody's
It's
purchasing
it's
the flights.
The 2 months out, everyone's
Yes.
kind of getting on the page.
So then about a day later, it went from 302 to 399.
Yeah.
And then it went from 399 to 429.
Yeah.
And now it went back to like 302, and now I guess it's back at 400.
It's just a number.
So I've been I check it like twice a day when I get bored at work. I'm just like, I have 2 minutes. I guess I'll check that
Yeah, we're
and
not-
become depressed.
Not ordering these for weeks anyway. And he's just like,
Are
I
you
need to check
looking
it
right now?
3 times a
Yes.
day.
Right now they're sitting at 339.
It's too much. We got to cancel the trip.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Next time it hits 300, just buy them.
Yeah. So yeah, shouldn't be. I give it maybe like one more week.
I'll say it's looking like I'm not going to have to need one.
That's
so.
what we were waiting for anyways, for
Yeah.
you to.
Which I told
definitively-
I did say first week of August.
So the funny thing is me and Brian talked about this like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, we should probably think about like ordering these soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was Thursday. Friday morning, I woke up to an email. Hey, your flights are $400. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
great. Thanks,
Yeah.
Google.
But yeah, either way, we're gonna wait till the Subaru was like running properly.
Yeah.
It's
So
like-
yeah, I'll say I'm gonna be putting more miles on it.
Who didn't want to be that big of a dick of, hey, have fun ordering or purchasing like an $800 flight 2
Yeah.
weeks before we leave.
Right.
Yeah. Granted, I'm the most able one to do that. So
You're definitely,
you're
you're definitely not.
well. I
you
mean,
think you
hey,
are.
my credit card is fairly low on the money I owe on it.
I,
So
I pay mine off every like 2 days.
well, I
Must
don't.
be nice.
I ran it up when I was laid off, and I'm still.
So you're gonna quit your job.
stupidly finding shit to put on it. I don't mean to.
Yeah, you should really stop that. You should
I know.
prepare
It's
to
literally
save.
I used my credit card because I don't have the money in my checking that day. Like I'm getting paid the next day. So I'm like, let me just throw $700 on my credit card. No big deal. And I just forget to like when the credit card bill comes back around, I'm like, yeah, I should have thrown all that money on my
Yeah.
credit card instead.
I
I'm just
fucking
doing
love
other
you.
shit.
yeah, I've always paid off.
Yeah.
I was like that the first 2 years I had it, and then I was like, I'm really, really poor this winter. I'm gonna
Same.
and then they gave me a $5,000 limit. I'm like, let's see how high it goes.
Same.
I got it to like $4,800. I'm like, I need to start going down on this.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. On
Well, I
your-
don't feel bad because my sister has like 11 grand in debt.
That shouldn't make you
So
feel
there's-
good.
It doesn't, but it makes me feel
better.
It makes me feel better, but not for her badness. It just makes me feel like, oh, I'm not the
I'm not-
biggest piece of
I'm
shit.
not the
She's not
worst.
even that bad, really, compared to a lot of people.
Oh, a lot of people are fucking horrible. I remember when Discover raised mine from like 2,500 to like almost 8K, and I
So
was like,
they hand out credit
They
increases by
do.
candy.
Yeah.
they
it's
do.
insane.
I called them and I was
Which
like, Discover.
Discover.
oh,
And I was
I'm,
like, what
Visa.
the fuck is this? They're like, oh, well, you're
Citibank.
such a good customer. We decided to raise your credit limit. I was like, fucking turn it back now. They're like, well, we can't do that. And I was like, okay, well, whatever the fuck you guys do to allow me to do this, turn it off now. I don't need a $20,000 credit card limit on my fucking card because I'll put it to that and sit on it.
Yeah, don't be doing that. That's
Yeah.
how you end up in poverty forever.
Yeah.
Well, I increase mine. I never use it, but it makes my credit score go.
It does
Yeah.
help, yes.
I've been thinking.
I bought a house without credit, so I, don't,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think credit's a fucking myth
Not-
anyway.
it is.
Not
Yeah.
true,
It's-
'cause
it's
you had your
mostly
blue truck.
bullshit.
Sorry, I had a 500 some credit score, and
you
I
had
bought a $130,000 house.
Yeah, you had terrible credit.
Must
You
be
had
I'm like-
nice.
Yeah, I had a Harley loan that was like less than $2,000, and I had a $17,000 truck loan that was over half paid off at that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So-
vibing on my 770.
Yeah, no, at the time I bought the house, it was like 550, I think.
Yeah, that's rough.
Plus,
Plus, when they check it to all the credit apps, it goes even lower.
yeah. Well,
Dang
then
ya.
after I paid off my truck, and I think I was getting either the new truck or the Mustang. They checked it again. It was like, oh, you're like 780. I'm like, I didn't even do nothing for like 2 years. I just paid off one loan.
Paying it off's bad for the credit, but paying on it is great for it.
Yeah, but I didn't have a credit card still. Like I didn't have a credit card until like 2 years ago. So,
I didn't get one until I paid my current truck off because
Yeah.
I didn't need it because that was building my credit right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just got it so it didn't tank, and even once I paid it off, it dropped like 60 points.
Yeah, I
Of
mostly got it
course,
because
yeah.
I'm like, I'm becoming more of an adult. I'm doing more big purchases all the time. It's like, God forbid if I am out of state or something, I
And you're
need to
fucked.
get home, and I don't have $1,000 in my checking account. I need to be able to do something with that.
Yeah.
I use it. I use my credit card exclusively because I get 2% cash back on everything. So that's the only reason I use that instead of my debit card.
I've been thinking about applying for another one and just putting it away in the safe. Just sitting on
Hey,
it.
get a Discover. They'll just bump your limit up. Wait.
And that would just become my
See,
fuck emergency.
when you
card.
do stuff like that, you're supposed to like min max your cards because you should get like one travel points card and one cashback card. That way you can.
I do need a cashback card because for as much money as I have on it, and I do use it a good bit.
Yeah.
I do not get cash back on my current Visa.
Oof.
So-
I will
will-
get fucking cash back
say-
on mine.
Yeah.
I will vouch for
I
my
get
city.
5% sometimes.
I'll vouch for my city because it's a flat 2% on everything. Whereas like a lot of Discovers are like 5% on this
Yeah.
and 1% on this and 3%
I should just call
on
my
this.
bank and ask and be like, "What does this credit card do?" And if it's not very good, I should just pay it off and cancel it.
I don't. Because I don't know what it would do better than anything else.
Well,
Canceling
it
it will-
gave me 0.5% less interest.
That's worth it then.
Yeah, like it was on my second Cobra loan.
Yeah.
They're like, well, if you sign up for this credit card and get a checking and savings, it was if you sign up and get a checking and savings with us, you get 0.5%, and if you do a credit card with us, you get another 0.5%. I'm like,
That's easily worth it.
I
Shit.
don't have a credit
Yeah.
card. Fair enough. It's not gonna hurt. I think I still have $500 in that
In that
bank
account, just to hold
just
it.
because. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's there if I miss a payment or if I know I don't have cash, which I think I used it. I might only have like $300 in there right now.
It's fine.
But I was like, literally, I'm just like, it's nice to have a payment's worth of money that I've completely forgotten about in a bank.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, that 0.5% is worth way more than 2%
Oh,
or even
yeah,
5%
big
cash
time.
back.
yeah.
That's 0.5% on a $10,000 loan is a huge chunk.
Yeah.
Versus 2% on $300 every other week, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely. I say, but now that loan is basically paid off, I owe like $2,000 on it, and then the debit or the credit card I still owe I think $2,000 on as well. But once I pay that credit card off, I should just not use that one anymore and get a
leave it.
cashback card and
Leave it full. Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah. Just don't cancel it because that's bad for your credit.
Yeah,
Yes.
But,
yeah. I just have no
As long
reason
as
to keep
it-
using it.
As long as it doesn't have a like annual fee for no reason.
I was pretty sure it does.
Most of them don't, but there's some that like, oh, it's $100 maintenance
American
fee, whatever.
American is hardcore with those.
Yeah. Don't get a Wells Fargo card. Anything else, you're pretty much fine.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah,
want a metal card.
I would agree with that one, but
I think-
unfortunately,
I
Micro
think
sends
Discover
credit
has it.
cards through Wells Fargo.
I will never trust Wells Fargo for anything after
Nope.
all the scammy shit they've
And the
pulled.
leaks and
Well, when they would just sign people up for credit cards and not tell them
Checking and savings
because they would get
accounts, yeah.
as like
They'd
the
get
representative would get a
kickbacks.
bonus if they
Yeah.
like, signed up so many people. So they would
Yep.
just sign people up and not tell them. Like
Yep.
super scammy.
yeah.
Never
I'm good.
never trust
local
Wells Fargo.
banks.
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah, I think that was funny. I was bullshitting
You think
with
that's
my
funny?
aunt and uncle at one point.
Wow.
And about getting a house, and Uncle Kearney was just, your mortgage is going to go through a local bank. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah,
yeah.
I'm not going to go on Rocket Mortgage because if I need to go in
Yeah.
and talk
Yeah.
to somebody, oh, yeah, your
Also,
your nearest place is 3 hours away. Have fun driving.
My
If I
mortgage-
get pissed with Spring Valley Credit Union. It's,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. My mortgage is through a local bank, but it's also like FHIB. Nick, you might know about this. You know what FHIB loans are? They're
You mean FHB?
It's like a-
first time homeowner
home?
or home buyer?
Yeah.
There's no way you got that.
no, I didn't. No, it's like
You
a
mean
it's a government.
FDIC
No, not FDIC.
because that's a thing.
No, it is
FHB is your first time home
Bernie
buyer.
Mac or something.
it's a government like loan basically, and it's just it was better things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they talked me into it. I'm like, yeah, sure, it sounds
So
good.
what
enough.
that is you get a loan through the local bank, and then they sell that loan to the federal.
Yeah, basically.
It works the same way, but it's
Yeah.
you're paying them, they're getting paid through the it works, but
Yeah, it was a little bit better. I think it was like a 0.5% APR less and shit. I'm like, it's gonna.
I love
like it bothers me zero.
No,
like
I-
I can still bitch to my local bank. I still go and pay them every month.
Yeah.
They also have a 10-day grace period of if I can be late and whatnot.
Yeah.
I love we're out here just spreading misinformation about banking and nobody can stop us.
Well, Nick works at one, so
And he
Yes.
can't.
I'm waiting for him to chime in if I'm really wrong.
I don't know really anything about the loan side.
Yeah.
of things,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
can't correct you there.
So yeah, we can just say things that are truly wrong and nobody can stop us. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yell at us through your headphones you're currently
Yeah.
listening through.
Nobody's listening to this. What are you crazy?
Fair.
Yikes.
Crazy? I was crazy once.
We're not
They
doing
locked
that.
me
Nope.
in a room.
Nope.
A
We're not
rubber
doing that.
room.
No.
We're not.
Rats make me crazy.
We can do that off air. We're not doing that shit on air because everyone's like, "What the fuck are these retards talking about?"
I did
rats?"
that like 3 different times this week at
to
work.
like a sane person nearby, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
And I think I won't say her name on it.
yeah, don't do that.
But
No.
That one
the girl
bitch.
who got moved up front. No.
Oh, okay. The nice bitch.
Yeah, I guess. And she was like, "What the fuck are you talking? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?"
Saying the
And I was
most
like, "Oh,
insane-
sorry, you're a normie who doesn't look at memes all day."
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I told you guys, or I told you guys off air. I think it was the 59-year-old who I work with. I said something like that's like makes me crazy, and I almost like went into I was crazy once they locked me in. I almost said this in front of a 59-year-old. He
Yeah.
would have looked at me like I was on fucking crack.
he would have called your union rep and be like, "This kid's fucked. Get him out of here."
No,
The sun's
he
getting
wouldn't
to
do
him.
that.
Get this guy
I've known him my
pissed
whole
head.
life.
The sun's
But-
getting to him. He's baking
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah, actually, yes. It was during the really hot week, so he might have been like, "Oh, he's just delusional. He needs water."
Like you need to go home.
Did
buddy.
you even have water today? Are you
No.
just fucking cracked out of your mind?
It's just like when the lab teacher walks up and places her hand on your shoulder, says, "Okay, now log off, buddy."
Yeah.
When you're in there playing games in the computer lab.
Yeah.
I think it's time to
Oh
log
fuck,
off.
that's something I did today. I downloaded
You played games on your computer?
FlashPoint.
FlashPoint Infinity?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have you used it much?
No, because it doesn't fucking work.
What?
Oof.
So for like some reason, every time I open a Flash game, it's just a blank, either
Oh,
black or
it's-
white thing. I gotta fiddle with it.
It's trying to do permissions. You have to enable some shit.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah,
well, let's
'cause
talk
it's-
about it off air.
Well, because it's making Flash work,
Yeah.
which it's not supposed to. It's some
Right.
weird thing. I think you need to enable some sort of
I don't know. I tried
Flash
to-
games were the shit, man.
FlashPoint
They were.
Infinity. It's got like 80,000
Fucking-
games on it.
My go-tos were Miniclip and Addicting Games.
That's everyone's
Yes.
go-tos. Those were the.
Addicting, yeah, I couldn't fucking remember the name. of it.
AddictingGames.com.
You're thinking fucking cool math games or whatever. Not
No, I was well. So I was trying to find a specific game,
games.
which was Corporation Inc.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pull that shit up, Nick.
He can't. Flash games don't exist, buddy.
You can search Corporation Inc. Flash game and then go to images and look for a picture.
Can't wait till this blares sound out and just
No, it's muted.
burns my ears.
See, you never played that? You built like
No.
little offices and shit, and then you upgrade all your
No.
stuff.
It's Fallout Shelter, but for corporate life.
Yeah,
What
well,
is- like Fallout Shelter is a banger game.
Oh,
but
dude, I loved playing that on mobile when it came out.
Yeah.
it was so good.
Yeah, no, my go-tos were always like racing games and stuff on Miniclip.
Drag Racer
Yeah.
V3.
Yes.
Everybody played that.
There was also like some stunt monster truck game.
There's always some of those.
Loved that one.
I loved Crazy Taxi.
Crazy.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
I remember that one. I remember it was like Stickman Sniper. Or Stickman
Oh my
Sniper, something
god,
like
yeah.
that.
So
My dad
many
got
of
that
pissed when I was playing that.
Oh, dude, that was such a good game. The
just
lore,
Stickman,
dude.
dude.
Oh,
It was an in
after like so the
Territory
yeah.
War.
Oh yeah,
Endless War.
Oh, what's the one? Oh fuck, Raft Wars.
Raft Wars.
Yeah.
Dude,
Raft
I
Wars.
fucking loved Raft Wars.
You guys ever play Raft Wars 2? You know they made a second one.
I think
No.
I did, and I think I don't.
it
like
wasn't.
It.
It wasn't like amazing. but,
Jamie,
like,
Jamie, pull that up. I just
it
want to
did
see.
exist.
I'm pretty sure I played it. I'm pretty sure I did not like it.
It's.
I'm pretty sure I played that when I was in my house. I'm pretty sure
I can believe
within
that.
the last 3 or 4 years I had played that.
It looks the exact same as the first one. I mean, you're not going to notice any differences, but it was a little bit different. But
This was a banger.
OG Raft Wars though, dude, like it's such a good way to spend like 2-3 hours because you can beat the whole game in 2 or 3 hours.
yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can zoom
Yeah.
through it.
Y'all remember this one?
No.
Cul-de-sac Smash.
Ed
No, I do
Ed
not.
and Eddie
Fuck,
game.
that was a good one from Cartoon Network. Had amazing Flash games.
I was able to watch Jackass and like MTV all the time. My mom,
Yeah.
when I was young, did not let me watch Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Remember
I
that
don't know.
story?
That math doesn't work out. I understand that, but like for some reason, she's like, I don't want you watching.
You know,
that.
I don't get what
that was the only-
parents'
that was the-
obsession with not letting their children watch Ed and Eddie.
That it was the only thing she didn't want. Like, let me
Like,
watch.
why-
Like, Codename
why-
Kids Next
Oh,
Door
I
was
fucking
almost like the
love- that was-
same animation.
Just
and
about
shit.
the same.
goated.
Yeah.
Almost the same plot and shit. It's like, what the fuck is the difference? Like, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Log into my Plex server. You can watch it.
I'll tell you what though.
Meanwhile, I was up late at
fucking
night.
Rolf, man, I live by that man now.
Yeah, but meanwhile, like I was up at like 11, 12 p.m. watching fucking
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. It's
Yeah.
the fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
I always remember Robot Chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the Robot Chicken fucking claymations. Oh, dude.
That was yeah.
I
was
remember the
thinking
like
about
the
that
gummy
recently.
bear one where the pink gummy bear steps on a
The
bear
bear
trap
trap.
and just fucking screams. And I turned my TV down so fucking fast.
Oh, dude, yeah. I always listened on like 2 volume.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to do that stuff.
Sad.
Rip.
I mean,
Rip for
technically,
my
I'm
homies.
I'm sure she would have been even more pissed if I was watching that than Ed, Ed and Eddie. But
Yeah.
yeah, she
course.
just she told me like once or twice. She's like, "Don't watch that." I'm like, "Okay, fine."
She
I
probably just
never
didn't
did.
like it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like oh no, you can't have this. It's too spicy. You're like, that's a piece of cake. Like I'm not hungry anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, usually, usually, like the only time I really got my own TV time, especially when I was like really young, was I would go to my parents' room to eat lunch because my mom was watching soap operas in the living room, and
Yep.
so I'm like,
Got
I
days-
do not like, Mom, I don't want to watch this shit.
That was Days of Our Lives.
It
and
was?
You respect it.
It was also Grey's Anatomy was a big one.
Yeah.
90210, One Tree Hill. I actually got into One Tree Hill. I kind of like that show.
What are you,
General
gay?
Hospital.
General Hospital, yep. But yeah, like
Andy
she
Griffith
would be
Shows.
watching.
Hey
No.
man, don't hate on the Andy Griffith
Dude,
show.
Andy
I
Griffith show
fucking
goes hard.
love that
Oh,
show.
but
It's so good.
yeah. So I
Good
remember
old Aunt
one of the
Bee.
times, probably for like a week or 2 straight, when I was in my parents' room watching TV because it was the only other TV like really in the house.
Right.
I was eating lunch in there, and I was sitting out. They have like a vanity chest, something like a chest at the end of their bed.
Yeah.
I'd sit on that. And my grandpa made it. A just wooden chest. I was staring up at the TV. I must have got really fucking bored, and I started to, you know, the Gatorade bottles with the titty topper.
The OG titty top Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, fucking love those. Well, like that's what we always put Kool-Aid in, and I always drank Kool-Aid with my meals. And so I'd be sitting in there, and I must have got really bored at one day, and I just started squirting that down the vents.
He let this intrusive thoughts
It
win.
won for like 3 weeks, and my dad eventually is like, "What the fuck is coming out of the vents?" And he's like, "Andy,
fucking,
what the
like,
fuck did you do to
gurgling
the
down
vent?"
there.
And I was like,
Oh my fucking god!
I put my Kool-Aid down. And he's like, "Motherfucker, we get ants." I'm sorry.
There's ants in the vents now, Tasty. I'm gonna lower you down there, and you're gonna clean it.
That was like one of the biggest fuck ups
Oh my
ever.
fucking god!
Oh, I should go back to my parents. We're still in the same house.
Go back and pour some more Kool-Aid.
Fuck with them.
Go
when they're
back
not home.
Thursday. No, I want to see if there's any like remnants, like stains on the
I'm
fucking
sure
condom,
there
like
is.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
fucking ducks and
You
shit.
just get like some bird feeder liquid, that like super sugar water, and spray it in there.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I remember that like,
Dad.
vividly.
Just spraying it down the
A 25-year-old kid just sitting crisscross spraying Kool-Aid down the vents. Oh.
Now he'd probably whoop your ass.
Oh, he would be so pissed. Oh no, he'd come to my house and do it to mine is what he
Oh,
would
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you pay for it.
Yeah, you see how you like it.
No, I do get payback though because every time my dad comes down to my house, he has to take a shit. It is just like every fucking time. It's routine at this point.
You gotta
it's fucking crazy.
You gotta hit him with the "my house, my rules." You know, give him some nonsense.
Yeah. Well, I only have the one bathroom. I can't like make you go to the other one or something. Like you kind of have to use
Give
the
him a
one.
fucking bucket out in the garage. Here you go, Dad.
Shitter's full. We gotta go outside.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm just leaving then."
Yeah. So
Yeah, don't put Gatorade down your vents. Don't
No.
put Kool-Aid down your vents.
I don't
That's,
suggest it.
that's no good.
Oh man,
Jesus.
I don't think I've ever let the intrusive thoughts win that hard.
I live my life one intrusive thought at a time.
I've blocked all those out. I don't remember doing shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, having older siblings, I saw the repercussions.
Oh yeah,
for doing
I only
dumb
had the
shit.
one, and that was like. So I'd only learned like the really bad shit not to do. Everything else, it just flew under my parents' radar. I'm like, we're fucking golden.
Anything that you could do wrong, Brad did.
Oh,
so I
God,
learned
yeah.
I'm like, I'm just not gonna do shit. Like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit on the couch and hang out. Like this is it.
Yeah.
Like
Fair
very, very easy to get along when you just don't do anything.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was fucking
Wild days.
had an interesting life.
It's all
Not bad,
fun.
just fucking interesting.
Doing a lot of dumb shit.
A lot of dumb shit. Absolutely.
Wild.
Christ almighty, there's fucking ants in my vent.
Fuck is coming out of my fence? You're like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, that's me.
I want to go. Like I know where like under their room is like the laundry room in the basement, and it's all still open ceilings. Like I want to just go see if it's like black stains and shit around the cracks and stuff.
Just go write like Andy's Kool-Aid was here. Yeah, it's just like in Sharpie on there.
Grape Kool-Aid - Andy and sign it.
Kool-Aid is red in my mind. I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
never.
That's
Okay,
default
well-
color.
But like I just assumed red.
I'll say we always do a lot of red, blue, and purple were like always our
That's-
colors.
Yeah. Holy
Was
shit.
blue
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Blue,
blue
flavor.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I just
Oh, and then
I
lemon.
remember green. I had green.
Green
I
was
never
like,
liked.
it
Yeah,
was like
like
some lime
it was-
flavor.
I basically like whatever my mom
kinda
liked is what.
yeah.
And my mom didn't even drink it. She just like, well, I like this color, and she just gave us
That's
that.
fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Same.
I grew up not having a lot of like things I really enjoy. My mom and dad were just like, nah, we don't like that. I'm like, what if I like sushi? My parents don't eat fucking sushi. First time I had sushi, I was
You still don't eat
18.
sushi.
Yeah. Holy
I
shit.
do.
You eat like ramen. You don't eat sushi.
No, went to Koi.
Yeah.
And had we ordered the spicy California and the dragon roll,
Dragon.
dinosaur roll.
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
no,
the most
it's-
recent
it's-
order. I
it's
do
good.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I literally didn't try it until I was at least 18, probably 20.
Well, we never had that either. But that's there wasn't anywhere to get sushi.
That's
But,
fair.
you know,
Hy-Vee.
That was reliable.
Yeah.
But 10 years ago, would you have gotten sushi from Hy-Vee? I'd be a little.
Fuck,
I
man.
would trust it. I did.
We got their
My
Chinese
parents
food a lot.
apparently never
but
did.
yeah,
Oh man, Hy-Vee's Chinese food is fucking goated.
for what
You
it
know
is.
what? I'm
I don't
honestly
like
very
Chinese.
surprised.
Anywhere
We're on
else,
our way
no.
You're just
back
wrong for
from
that.
Princeton the other day, and on the side of the highway coming into Peru was
A body.
billboard. No, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Two
A
bodies.
billboard. God damn it! Let me fucking finish.
2 billboards.
There was a billboard for Master Buffet, which just
Yeah.
surprises me
Oh,
how
yeah.
that place is still fucking
It's
open.
Bro,
I
people,
From
don't know
degenerates
how.
who go there.
bro,
like,
Hunan
I'm
is still open. It's all,
But
people love-
Hunan, I would
Hunan-
trust Hunan over
Hunan's
fucking
good.
Master
Yeah, I still like
Buffet.
Hunan.
It's
I've
all right.
only ever been to Hunan. I have not been to Master Buffet.
You're
Or I
not-
think I did
20
once.
years ago is fantastic.
Yeah, you're not
Yes,
missing
and that's
out.
when I went. I was like in junior high. I think I went with.
Fuck, what time are they open
Connor.
to? Y'all want to
Yeah.
go to
Fuck
House
no.
of Hunan?
I'm going to bed in
House of
30 minutes.
You want me to drive all the way to Spring Valley at this hour?
It's not Springville. It's in
then-
Peru. I'll drive.
Yeah.
no,
Where?
From the
What?
West
I'll
Edge.
get Chinese. I don't give a fuck.
Or
I got
wait,
Olive
yeah.
Garden waiting for me.
That's a you problem,
Yeah.
homie. We're getting Chinese.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck you.
I can't believe Andy doesn't like Chinese food. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't
it's
really.
rice and chicken. Like what?
I like Panda Express.
It's the s-
Oh
it's the
my!
same
It's
thing.
the same fucking
No, it's
thing.
the Americanized,
No, it's
bastardized
not.
version of it.
Eat
Yeah,
a
close at 9.
dick.
They close at 9, Marcus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean,
We're going to Texas Roadhouse
only-
tomorrow.
What the fuck?
No,
is this?
you're going to Texas
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
You're not?
No.
What?
So long
Holy
story short,
fuck.
we
No.
have a sports announcer, and he's older.
go sports.
Go
sports ball.
ball.
I'll be the second date.
And-
I'll be Tori's wingman.
So
What you mean by that?
you want to
Get
say that
cucked,
again,
nerd.
Brian?
I'm wearing shorts. I'm not.
Damn.
Oh, speaking of that,
I'm
just
not
cut
gonna
you
look at
off
the
because your
screen
story isn't important compared to mine.
Yeah, correct. Go ahead.
This morning, because I work 7 to 6, my coworker Eric usually shows up 8:30, whatever. As I'm coming in, I flip on the lights. They immediately turn back off, and I'm like, "Did I just blow a fucking breaker at 7 in the morning? Turn on the same lights I always turn on? Lights flip back on. I'm just like, huh.
Hello.
So I like walk around the corner. He's like, surprised ya, and I'm just like, as I come around the corner with my gun in my hand, because I don't clip it into my belt to walk down to my toolbox.
Oh yeah, just
So
to throw it in your toolbox.
It's just in my hand in its holster.
He's like, I'm like,
He-
sir.
He didn't even notice it.
Okay.
So like later, I was talking to my boss, and he's like, oh yeah, because he was talking to Eric about it. He's like, well, he could have pulled his gun on you or whatever. Like you don't know. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, it was in my hand already.
yeah, you
he's like,
didn't see it.
he's like, really? I'm like, well, yeah. I don't feel like clipping it on to walk downstairs to unclip it. I'm like, if the breaker was out, it's a great flashlight. I could just fucking click that on and look around. ND into the breaker panel. Fucking building burns the fuck down immediately.
Oh fuck.
But so
yeah.
back
Jobless
to my
and homeless.
oh fuck.
Honestly, I could be in worse places.
So
Yeah.
back to my little story before
be
I
in
was
the
so
construction
rudely
industry.
interrupted.
Could be in Indiana.
So we have this sportscaster,
Go sports.
and
Sports ball.
2 weeks ago we had the conversation of how he needs to come down, and I need to retrain him on how to use the equipment because last year I color coded everything. It's all color coded.
Colorblind.
That's that
I made-
autism kicking.
I made a whole sheet for him because he only does. We don't send a DJ out with him, so he's older. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, whatever. And Wednesday when we had our managers meeting, it was brought up. Oh, hey, like, are you free Thursday or Friday for him to come? And I was like, not Thursday. And of course, I was asked, well, what about next week? I have a $90,000 transmitter coming on Monday, so it's like, no. So he has to come Friday, or you're gonna have
I'm
to go
busy.
deal with it yourself.
Mhm.
So I don't even. He hasn't even responded to anybody if
Oh.
he's coming or not. So I'm gonna
Play
stay
it by
till
ear.
3, and if I don't get a text by the time my hours are out, I'm fucking going home.
Yeah.
That is big hoss energy. Just like
Just
my phone is for me to get a hold of you, not for you to get a hold of me.
the audacity. No, I'm just kidding.
audacity.
And he's a mailman, so he gets off at like 5. But like the fact that you couldn't answer a text
Bro, he's working.
at some
They
point.
get like 2
So-
breaks.
The post office in town here gets like a 3-hour lunch.
Yeah.
They're off from like 11
I
to 2.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the wildest.
Well,
shit
same thing
ever.
with the UPS store in town. They're off from like 11 till like 2:30.
I
Yeah.
need to return my modem from fucking Xfinity.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
dog
Yeah,
shit.
it's been
You're
like
gonna
3 weeks.
They're gonna charge you a lot of money
know.
really
Yeah.
soon.
They sent me a text today. I'm like, I need to do that.
I would get that done
I've-
sooner
I've-
rather than later.
Yeah, I've thought I had already, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's still sitting there.
I still got a semi-old phone, and
Yeah, because
Oh,
they'll.
true.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
give
that
you a
one.
grace period with that to get everything switched
I got
over.
until next Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be sure I had everything transferred over, which thank fucking god I checked before I factory reset my old phone because surprise, surprise, smart switch sucks.
It doesn't do everything. It does
It-
a lot, but it does not do everything.
It transferred everything, but most of my text messages.
Oh, sure.
like,
Oh, that's
All, my text messages from Caitlin and my dad were
Mm-hmm.
all up to date. Anything else was like from 2022.
That's weird.
So I had to use some app in the Play Store, which it worked.
Yeah,
worked
it's good.
way
It's like a-
fucking better than
A
Samsung.
smart switch equivalent, but actually works.
Can't you
Yeah.
do like the back-to-back? Well, I guess not to send
That- yeah,
text
that's-
threads.
Not the send text.
Never mind.
Yeah, texts are held on the SIM or
Yeah.
held with the SIM usually.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I never delete my text messages. So
Nope.
like I had
I haven't since I got
I had
this phone.
70,000
3
text
years worth.
messages to transfer.
Yeah.
over.
Well, hell, while we're talking about it, how do you like your new phone?
Yeah.
Fan fucking tastic. Just can't wait to get the case on it in 2 days.
Running
What'd
a
you get?
caseless
It's
is
fucking
insane.
raw dogging right now.
The
What a
phone or the
dude.
case?
Both.
Well, both. Yeah.
I got the Samsung S23 Ultra,
Let's go.
How much is your storage?
250. No, 512.
Same as me.
Attaboy.
Same
Well, because
half a gig or half a TB.
I was about to order it through their like mobile site. And it said, "Oh, if you download the Galaxy Shop app, you get $200 off and a free storage upgrade." I'm like, "Well, fuck, why not?"
Absolutely.
immediately deletes it after.
So
Oh, yeah.
with the cash back on my credit card, then I only have to pay in the trade in. It was like $500.
oh,
that's
that's
not bad at
thick.
all.
Yeah, you cannot beat that.
And I had to get it because the USB-C port finally quit. And then in a 2-hour span, my battery would go from 100 to 40.
That's rough.
It was getting bad. Like right now, it's at 58. Like my 21 Plus would have to be on a charger right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, mine's been off the charger for a little over 2 hours. It's at 65, so
Yeah.
it's up 20%.
Like this battery is fucking.
it's about
fast.
10,
I am absolutely raping my battery.
about 10% an hour.
I
like-
can.
I kill it. I kill it from 100% down to about 10 in the first 3 hours at work, and then
Christ.
charge it, and
And
it's
then do it
blisteringly hot.
Yeah.
And then I'm
That's
just
pretty rough.
about time to leave. So then on the way home, I'll scroll through Facebook all the way home.
Yeah.
Kill
on
it.
your drive home.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Then I'll get home and it'll be about 60%, and then I'll run it down to about 20-ish, and then go to bed, charge it again, and repeat it the same day.
And the other cool thing, when I unboxed it, because Caitlin's probably gonna have to get a new phone now too, because her Pixel is just doing
It's Pixel.
Pixel
Rich
things.
shit.
They do that.
40% off coupon code for anything else with Samsung.
Ooh.
There's no expiration date.
40%.
God damn. Okay.
I don't think she's gonna get an Ultra like this, but like I mean,
At 40%.
for
I would.
an
Oh,
S23 or S23 Plus, 40% off.
That's
So wait, how many versions of that phone there?
there's the regular, the
yeah.
plus, and the ultra.
What's it?
Or-
Is the plus just the bigger size?
The Plus just has a bigger
Oh,
screen.
fuck that.
Yeah.
The Ultra, you get
All
Better
the shit.
camera. Yeah.
way better fucking camera.
200 megapixels.
It's like my Pro.
Yes.
Because there's an
There's a
iPhone
Pro
Max
and
and
Pro
iPhone
Max.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Pro Max.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
sorry, Blue. I figured I'd get a newer phone too before the trip. Like, I want to take really nice fucking pictures out
And
there.
it takes
So,
really nice pictures. Oh my
God, yeah.
It's insane.
Sweet.
But yeah, glad to see you like it. S23 gang.
Yeah.
How about you, Marcus? What
and then
do
the
you do with
case D
S22?
brand. That's
Well, I'm
coming on
foreign
Saturday.
over here with Apple, so
Yeah. You have Intel and Apple.
yeah.
I don't
I'm
know
just
why
a
you're even
degenerate.
here.
God.
No one's kicked me out yet, and you guys seem to like my
this
dog.
this one's
so-
Intel. It wasn't by choice, but
Yeah. Speaking of that, I've been looking at getting a new laptop just to have.
for like forescan. Or
No,
just-
no, I'll leave forescan on my other one.
or just in general.
That way
It's paid for the next 15 years.
Well, not anymore.
Not
actually.
anymore.
oh,
Yeah.
it fixes
Oh,
still?
did you do some
didn't hear the
testing?
story?
I had
on Sunday?
to, so I had to scan my dad's truck
Yeah.
because it's a 22. I
Yep.
downloaded my software in 21, so I had to
Oh.
update the software. So now I'm back on a 2-month trial, which is fine.
Can you just do it again?
You can only do it 2 times. 2-month trials is your limit.
Yeah, no, but you can set your
So
computer
I
back.
tried that and it kicked the extended license off if I set it back. So what I think it does is it sets your start date and end date.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're between there, it's fine.
Okay,
So I'm gonna run it for a month and then bump it back a month and see if it's still good.
gotcha.
And then I'll just keep refreshing that before I open the app. That way I know
Gotcha.
my start date and I can keep it working. But
Mhm.
if not, I have to buy a 1-year license or something, and that's not the end of the world.
Gotcha.
Speaking of things I forgot about, Starve Rock Nationals is in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I know
Oh,
it's
what's
coming
that?
up, but
The
it's
big
the
car show at
Ottawa.
Skydive Chicago.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the 19th, I think.
Y'all want to just go skydiving instead?
Absolutely not.
Pussy.
On a busy ass day like that.
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
that.
We will.
I could take the
Brian
Jeep.
and I will watch.
I was
y'all.
in like, do you take the Jeep and I take my red truck? And we
I
just
want to see. We need
full
to.
flex them out.
Yeah, I'll say. I need to see if I can climb on your tire.
You might have to roll backwards as I roll forward. We might have to step it up because it is a pretty tall climb for that.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm like, it's like I bet it'd be close.
My back tire would be easy since there's no fender. You could probably get up on it. You know, I park at
True.
like a 30. You park at a 30.
Yeah, we'll do it like the one guys did at the truck show, 2021, I think. The LS Wrangler on top of the IDI Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one where you park two with a space between and pull up on both sets of tires. The big, like,
I do
triple
have
stack.
I do have a locker.
Yeah. Yeah, now you could probably.
We just need a third guy.
Yeah. We'll just bring like a trailer to park next to it. Get up. Or we just drag like an RTI ramp out there and just set it crook, or a bucket full of concrete or something weird just to flex it off.
Yeah, we need somebody else on 40. Put Dom right next to us because he's got 40s.
He's enough offset too.
He's
it could
good,
probably
dude.
work.
He would kill me if
He'd
I
be
fucking.
so
He would
pissed.
shit his pants the whole time I'm crawling his wheels.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I would too.
It would also have to be the same wheelbase as yours, though.
Which nothing on the
Wait,
planet.
just don't take Nick's Jeep.
Oh,
It's
well, no,
back.
it'll be gone.
It's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
You should say, hey, hold off. I'm gonna take you to a car show.
You gotta do one more thing.
Yeah. No, that's
I'm doing something.
that does have lockers front and rear too.
Hey.
But that's got a super short wheelbase being a Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Yeah, like 103 or something.
It's not. It's pretty short. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my XJ now is probably 112, 113
Okay.
because I stretched it some.
Yeah.
And factory XJs are 110, and I think.
Are they 110 or 101? It's one or the other. I never remember which one. I know it's one of those. I think it's 101. I don't actually know, to be honest. All I know is it's one of those, and I never looked because I didn't care.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's 101 because people stretch those out to 112. I think is what I'm meant
That's a
to.
Grand Cherokee.
It should be the same basically.
No. No, this is 105.9.
It's probably 101 then because I feel like it's the regular Cherokee's a little bit shorter, but because it wouldn't be 6
I
inches
think
longer.
it is 101.
I think it's 101, but either way, you're probably 104 now or whatever by the time you stretch the rear out a little bit. But yeah, my 108, yeah, you're not gonna.
101.
Yeah, you'd be in between my
half.
tires. Oh, can't forget the half. God bless.
Yeah, I'm probably stretched 3-ish inches.
Yeah, probably about there.
It's quite a bit.
I've heard it's average.
At least for the women I date.
They've got 3 inches.
Fuck.
3 inches in fucking grippy socks, apparently.
Grippy socks, grippy box.
Getting a mile of dick 3 inches at a time. God bless. On that note, I say we end this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Ciao.
Peace.
Bye.